Have you ever, been to Andhra Pradesh in the summer?
I haven't personally, no.
It's like stepping into a wall of heat.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's intense. You just think about being a kid, right?
Yeah.
Sitting in a classroom trying to learn.
Right.
It's like you can barely think straight, let alone focus on long division.
Absolutely. When it's that hot, basic comfort becomes crucial for, well, for everything.
Exactly. And that's kind of what got us thinking about today's deep dive. We're looking into this initiative in Andhra Pradesh,
Okay.
the Water Bell Initiative, they're calling it.
Catchy?
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
It's this really simple idea, but it's getting a lot of attention.
So what's the basic premise?
Basically, the Andhra Pradesh School Education Department, they've decided to tackle student dehydration head on.
Okay.
So they're introducing this system in all their schools.
All of them.
Yeah, government schools, private schools, even those Zilla Parishad schools, the district ones.
Wow. That's a huge undertaking.
It is. But the idea itself is so straightforward. They're going to ring a specific bell, a special bell, just to remind students to drink water.
Just a bell, like a time for a water break bell.
Exactly.
Huh. It seems almost too simple, but I guess sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective.
That's what they're banking on. And when you think about it, why haven't we seen this everywhere?
Right, like it's such a basic need.
Exactly. So how does it actually work?
Well, tell me more. What does this Water Bell initiative actually look like in practice?
Okay, so it's not just like some random bell ringing whenever.
Right.
They have a set schedule. 3 times a day, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and then again at noon. A very distinct bell will ring.
Distinct, like a different sound, so kids don't think it's, the end of class or something.
Exactly. You don't want kids panicking, thinking it's a pop quiz bell.
Right, that would defeat the whole purpose. It needs to be a clear signal, like Pavlov's dogs, but for hydration.
Yeah. A water break Pavlovian response. I love that.
So when this magic bell rings, what happens? Does everyone just magically stop and drink?
Well, it's not magic, but it's pretty close. Teachers are actually required to pause their lessons when the water bell rings.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine you're explaining, I don't know, the Pythagorean theorem or something.
Yeah.
Bell rings, water break.
That's impressive. It shows they're really serious about this.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Kids get so caught up in what they're doing, they just forget to drink.
Oh, totally. I'm like that. Sometimes I get so focused, I look up and realize 5 hours have passed and I haven't had a sip of water.
Exactly. And kids, especially in that heat, they need that reminder.
For sure. And their little bodies aren't as good at regulating temperature and stuff.
Right. So these scheduled breaks are important. But it's not just about the bell and the breaks.
Oh, there's more.
Schools have to ensure that clean drinking water is available.
Mm-hmm.
Easy access, no hassle.
Okay, it makes sense.
RO systems, water coolers, even matkas, those traditional earthenware pots. They keep water nice and cool.
Oh, yeah. Those are great, like natural refrigerators.
Exactly. And one of the reports we read, they put it perfectly.
Mm.
It's like free Wi-Fi without a password.
I love that. So simple. And it highlights how important easy access is. You want kids to actually drink the water.
Absolutely. They've really thought this through. But here's the fun part. They're encouraging schools to put up posters with catchy slogans.
Slogans? Like what?
Things like, drink water every hour, stay cool, stay safe, or sip it like a boss.
Sip it like a boss. I love that.
Right. And there's another one. Hydrated minds think better drink up.
Okay, that one is actually pretty clever. And it speaks to the connection between hydration and learning.
Exactly. They're trying to make it fun.
Which is smart, because telling kids drink more water can sound like a chore.
Totally. And it's not just posters.
No.
The first week, they're doing all these hydration awareness activities during morning assembly.
Oh, wow. Like skits and stuff.
I'm picturing some very enthusiastic, maybe slightly over-the-top performances about the dangers of dehydration.
That's adorable. And effective, probably. I bet the kids will remember that.
Oh, for sure. And get this, even the teachers and staff have to participate. Lead by example.
So the teachers are sipping water alongside the students. I like that.
Yep. Imagine, even that math teacher who's always got their tea.
Right. Everyone's on board.
It's a whole school effort. And it's not just a suggestion. There's accountability.
Oh, how so?
Schools have to send weekly reports to the Mandal educational officers, the MEOs.
Ah, so there's oversight. They're making sure schools are actually doing it.
Exactly. And the MEOs, they'll be doing random inspections.
Popping into classrooms and saying, all right, everyone, hydration check.
Something like that. It definitely keeps the schools on their toes.
Makes sense. You want to make sure those bells are ringing and the water's flowing.
Precisely. And the directive is very clear.
Yeah.
The water bell has to ring on time, every time. No excuses.
So even if a teacher is like in the middle of explaining a crucial concept, water break happens.
Water break happens. It shows you how important they consider this.
Wow. So they're really prioritizing hydration as part of the learning environment. It's not just an afterthought.
It's fundamental. They see it as directly impacting students' ability to learn.
It makes you wonder, do you think they'll track like student performance or attendance to see if there's an actual difference?
That's a good question. I haven't seen anything about that specifically, but it would make sense to track that data.
Right, to see if there's a correlation between hydration and, better focus or fewer heat-related absences.
Definitely. It would be really interesting to see those results.
Absolutely.
So overall, this water bill initiative, it's simple, but it has the potential to be hugely effective.
Yeah, it's a reminder that sometimes the most basic solutions are the best.
And that sometimes we need a little nudge, a little reminder to take care of ourselves, especially kids.
Especially in a challenging environment like that.
It makes you think, though, what other water bells are out there?
Water bills.
Yeah, like what other simple but impactful things could we be doing in different areas to make a real difference?
That's a great question to ponder. What seemingly obvious solutions are we overlooking? What small changes could have a ripple effect?
Exactly. It's definitely something to think about.
It is. Food for thought, for sure.
Well, on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a fascinating discussion.
Thanks for joining us. And for everyone listening, stay hydrated,
Yes, drink some water.
even if you don't hear a bell.